But more than likely, Brock Purdy will be the 49ers quarterback for the remainder of the season. Now, who exactly is Brock Purdy? I've talked about Sam Ehlinger when he started, talked about Mike White, kind of told their stories, where they came from. Let's take a moment to talk about Brock Purdy and his journey. He was a high school quarterback in Arizona. He didn't start until his sophomore year, where he was good enough to start for the varsity football team. He compiled a 27-13 record overall in his high school career at Perry High School. He eventually got an offer from Iowa State, where he committed as a 3-star prospect. At Iowa State, he was the third-string quarterback as a freshman. And because of an injury, because of players not performing well, he was eventually elevated to be the starting quarterback. Keep that in mind. His first year in college, he was a third-string quarterback and eventually started. His first year in the NFL, third-string quarterback, eventually started. Brock Purdy has some experience in this department. He compiled 81 touchdowns to 33 interceptions, over 12,000 yards passing. He finally declared for the NFL draft, but he fell all the way to the 7th round, number 262, where he was picked in the very last selection by the San Francisco 49ers, who decided, let's just take a shot. Let's pick Brock Purdy as the 2022 Mr. Irrelevant. So the training camp happens, and all the way through August, Brock Purdy eventually performs so well that he wins the third-string quarterback job. He beat out Nate Sudfeld for that position. So you have Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy. He made a couple appearances here and there. Trey Lance got hurt, so he's elevated to the second string. Jimmy Garoppolo, in a blowout loss, relieved him to the Kansas City Chiefs, threw an interception in that game. But then in Mexico City against the Arizona Cardinals, it was a blowout win. Had some playing time, give Jimmy some rest. And then finally, he had his moment this past Sunday against the Miami Dolphins, where he had to relieve Jimmy Garoppolo, who suffered an ankle injury, out for the remainder of the season. And Purdy comes in and leads the 49ers to a victory against the previously 8-3 Miami Dolphins, where he throws for 2 touchdowns in that game, becoming the first Mr. Irrelevant to throw a touchdown pass in a regular season game. Purdy is now going to be the guaranteed starter for the 49ers unless Jimmy Garoppolo were to come back for the postseason. The shelf life of Mr. Irrelevance isn't that long. Some play for 3 years, 4 years. Others don't even make an NFL roster. Probably the most successful Mr. Irrelevant in NFL history has to be Ryan Suckup, who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's been playing for 14 years in this league for the Kansas City Chiefs, Tennessee Titans, and finally wins a Super Bowl with the Bucs. Purdy, how long is the shelf life for him in his career? How far can he get the 49ers this postseason? Because that would determine a lot of things for the trajectory of his NFL career. Can Brock Purdy find success with the 49ers? If I had to lean towards a yes or a no, the answer would be yes. Kyle Shanahan and this offensive system, they do a wonderful job, no matter who the quarterback is. Now, they drafted Trey Lance to be that game changer, to finally get them over the hump, because Jimmy Garoppolo was great, and people often overlook that. How amazing Jimmy Garoppolo actually is for the 49ers. He's great, but he's not going to get you over that hump when it comes to postseason play. Trey Lance is a project, has the ability to just change games himself with his rushing ability, with his arm, the things that he did at North Dakota State. That's why they decided to take a chance on Trey Lance. Now, Brock Purdy comes in. It's kind of more so the Jimmy Garoppolo in that kind of role than he is the Trey Lance and the game changer that they expected Lance to be. But that's what's perfect about the San Francisco system, is they build around the quarterback. Hey, you don't have to be the star player. They've done it for years with Jimmy Garoppolo, having a Super Bowl appearance, NFC Championship appearance just last season. Just build around him. Trade for Christian McCaffrey. Have a good run game. Brandon Ayuk, get him out of the doghouse. Let him do his thing. Deebo Samuel, use him in creative ways. George Kittle can block and can catch. Build around him and see this team succeed. Brock Purdy is set up perfectly for any quarterback his rookie season, third-string quarterback, to come in and help lead the team win. I cannot think of a better situation for any quarterback right now to come in, start fresh, than Brock Purdy with the 49ers. And I believe that he does get into the postseason. And will he get far? That remains to be seen who they play. Competition in the NFC, it's a little tough with the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe a little bit of the Minnesota Vikings could be tough as well. But the 49ers are amongst one of the best already in the NFC. And if Purdy just does his job, doesn't turn the ball over, does exactly what Jimmy Garoppolo does, this team can actually get pretty far. We've seen a lot of third-string quarterbacks come in, get hot at the right time late in the season, and lead their teams to success. Tom Brady, granted, wasn't a third-stringer, but he was a backup quarterback that led their team to a Super Bowl. Kurt Warner, third-string quarterback, led their team to a Super Bowl. And then others, third-stringers, don't really have the same amount of success. TJ Yates, I don't know if you remember him, back with the Houston Texans in 2013, third-string quarterback, got into the playoffs, didn't really have much success. Connor Cook, if you remember him, name drop for the back then Oakland Raiders, third-string quarterback, didn't really have that much success. Which path is Brock Purdy going to take? The path of success or the path of irrelevancy? I'd love to hear your thoughts about Brock Purdy. Do you think he's going to be successful in the NFL? Do you think this is going to work out for the San Francisco 49ers? Do you believe that they kind of missed their shot, maybe with another free agent quarterback, with maybe like Baker Mayfield, who's on waivers? Now, granted, the Rams did claim him off the waivers, so there was no chance for the 49ers to get Mayfield. But do you believe that Purdy is the right choice for the 49ers moving forward? Leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. I'm excited to see what he does with San Francisco.